if you're basically wanting to train and looking for a new environment, the biggest suggestion is I would actually look around and actually find someone who's in line with who you are and what you're about. Going to a gym is kind of like shopping for a car. It's like you got to find a car that really suits your needs and that you feel really good with. There's a lot of gyms out there. There's a lot of boutique studios that are really good, but they may not actually serve your needs. And that's probably the question you need to ask, not just the dollar value of it, because you might have a gym that costs $5 more per week, and you might have a trainer there as well, but the perceived value is far greater than you'll ever get for going to a gym that's $5 cheaper. That would be my biggest advice, is actually to shop around and actually look at the trainers and actually talk to the trainers there, and talk to the members there and actually ask them. It's like, hey, what do you think? I'm thinking I'm doing this, yada, 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 and actually get some feedback and actually get some experience, get someone else's experience. So then it's like, then you feel more comfortable with your decision.
Yeah, finding the right trainer would definitely be a huge thing, because there's so many out there that do, the care factors.
Yeah.
You have some have a super low care factor. You can see them, they're just standing around becoming more of like a psychologist because they're just talking to the person and rather going through the exercise. And then you get the other end as well.
Yeah, I think the care factor is super important. I think you want someone who's going to nurture you to kind of flourish. And I feel that some trainers, so the difference between a trainer and a coach is someone who's going to sit and watch you do your sets and reps and kind of count you through it, motivate you through, which is good and all. I think sometimes we all need a little bit of motivation to get us going, keep us going, and pump out a few more reps. The problem with that is it's more of an enabling behavior where I actually become, if I'm the client and say you're the coach, it becomes more enabling behavior that I rely on you.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not giving someone the independence and the control to make the decisions. Like, all right, I want to go, I'm not going to be able to make this session. I'm going to go do it by myself, and I'm going to come back to you for whatever reason. I'll come back to you next week, and we'll organize another time. My philosophy will always be giving someone the control to control their own lives, and the strength training and training in a gym or a facility can help facilitate that, someone to really grab their life and actually start taking control and taking the responsibility needed in order to move forward with themselves, with their family, with their relationships, and in their lives and their job as well, their careers.
I guess, and that's where that you got to kind of be aware of. There's a business behind training as well. There's the different, where you're talking about the difference between a trainer and a coach. The trainer is the one where his aim is to make you reliant on him so that you keep coming back, so that he can make the money. That's the business behind it as well. So you've got to be aware of that too, that there's almost that little bit of manipulation sometimes behind it too.
That reliance at the end of the day. A coach is going to be someone who's going to help you progress and move forward. And a trainer is someone who's just going to sit there, count the reps and sets. They might give you a little bit of education, tell you to follow this program, and you're like, I don't know, well, what am I really doing? Can you show me it? Yeah. Whilst a coach will actually take the time, be a bit more methodical, give you more of a rationale in terms of why you're doing things, potentially set up, give you an exercise database to actually feed off, actually provide the structure of the program, give you some training notes, kind of looking beyond the 2 hour or the 1 hour session you might have with the trainer. It's kind of looking how do you it's more assisting with the integration.
Yeah. And then if you're a young person trying to get into the gym now and you don't really have the money for a coach or a trainer, I always see the value in having a gym buddy who's as committed to it as you, so that you can kind of hold each other accountable. Because that comes into as well, the accountability of keep going, the consistency. Yeah,
definitely having someone to hold you accountable is always something good. obviously there's a catch-22 with that as well, that you got to make sure that person is in line with who you are as well.
Yeah.
You have similar values. Like you commit to this time, you train at this time. You're going to do the same. So you're going to follow the similar routine, modify it as you need to go along.
Yeah.
For those who are, I guess, struggling, I guess they're training by themselves, kind of not knowing where to go. And it's like, you've got to reach out and ask questions. I think that's going to start sparking a response to allow you to move forward, and strike that curiosity. Because if you're not, because everyone has an opportunity, the door's there. It's like, not many people are choosing to walk through that door.
100%. And that's like, I remember I watched an interview with Terry Crews, and I think they asked him the same question of like, oh, you know, what would your advice be for people going to the gym? And I think he said something like, just go there. You know, even if you don't lift day one, just go there and familiarize yourself with it. And then in 2 days, go there again. And, you know, and then slowly whilst you're there, you'll start wanting to play with a bit of the weights and so on. And then slowly you get into that routine where then you're slowly, because that's the hardest bit, is the getting there. When you're at the gym, lifting, you know, starting to lift stuff, and that's the easy bit. It's, again, the accountability of like, you know, okay, but I've got to go there first. And that's always I mean, when I go to work, that's sometimes the hardest thing is in the morning, is getting there. And then once I'm there, the work day is fine. It's the same with training.
I think to add another element to that is to ask yourself, is staying home or going to the gym in line with what I want to do and who I want to be? If your question is going to the gym is not in line, then don't go.
That's it.
Then if it's something that you want, if you want to improve your life, become physically healthy, mentally healthy, and that you think the gym is the way of doing that, it's like, well, you know what you need to do. It's basically, that's the check and balance that we as a society need to put on ourselves.
It's a hard question to ask yourself as well sometimes, but you know, how often is that question gonna be, no, you don't need to go to the gym?
Yeah,
you know, more often than not, like where are you gonna go? Actually, everything else is more important than me being healthy, like my body being healthy. So, and then I guess it'll also come in with, okay, well, how often do I go? Does that fall in line with what I want to do, or does that?
Yeah, you know, I think that will come. That's a question that comes later on. I think the check and balance is to have that self-awareness. It's like, all right, is this in line? Is staying home in line with what I want to achieve? And if your question's, if the answer is no, then you can stay home. If it's if going to the gym is in line with what I want to do, then you know what to do.